You know, I'm just over here like, thank God this season isn't sucking so far. I mean, hey, we still have the rest of the season to go, and I don't know how they're going to resolve the AD thing, but so far it's not sucking, and I think we can all thumbs up to that. So I don't know what is going on with Mary Drake. Like, I knew that she was like this evil woman, or that's what I thought, but then she was kind of nice in this episode, so I'm just like, what? And I mean, I totally thought when she picked up Hanna, she was going to like beat her or do something terrible to her or lock her back in that dungeon, but she actually took her to a safe place and she was pretty cool. And I mean, I think she's playing us. I really do. Now, I know a lot of people think she's actually Jessica and Jessica killed her, so I'm curious to see what you think about that. Leave those thoughts down below. So I don't understand why they're always throwing Allie under the bus. Like, the other liars are still thinking that she killed Charlotte, and that is just heartbreaking to me, because if they saw her, and Emily has seen her in that hospital, and if the rest of them would see her, they would just be like, oh my God. I mean, that's heartbreaking to me, and I think it's bad that Emily still thinks she killed Charlotte. Like, what? Okay, so I know a lot of people were mad with Caleb in this episode because it's clear that Spencer and him are just not gonna happen, or you know, they're not gonna keep happening, but he hasn't let Spencer know yet, and he's still kind of with her, but then he's kind of with Hanna, and it's just like this love triangle, and he wasn't the best Caleb that he could be in this episode. I think we can all thumbs up and agree on that. So another heartbreaking moment was when Emily got a call from Allie, and she's like desperate and begging her for help. And so Emily's like, I've got to get to her, but stupid Rollins has made it a new rule where only family can visit her. So Emily is blocked from doing that at the moment. I don't know, but Rollins needs to go, and he needs to go like next week. And I'm so hoping that he is in the grave. Thumbs up if you're hoping he's going to be in the grave, because as much as I want them to kill and bury a main character, I just don't see Marlene going there. You know, I mean, if you know anything about her, you know she doesn't go big. She goes home without going big. Anyway, so Lucas, I'm sorry. I know a lot of people are Team Lucas, but to me, he's always creeped me out. I've always been suspicious of him. And in this episode, I'm starting to think like, I mean, I don't think they would make him AD, but who knows what they would do. They might bring Eddie Lamb back and be like, guys, he's been AD the whole time, but he was wearing, I don't know, a mask of someone else's, because you know they love masks. So I'm just kind of getting some bad vibes from him. And I had a great comment, I can't remember who it was on my channel, who said that they thought that he killed Charlotte, and the reasoning was great, and I don't remember it all. So if that was you, post down below, because that was awesome. So get behind that, because I'm kind of behind that theory, honestly. So Ian saw Arya with Ezra, and he realizes that that is still a thing, and she broke up with him, which yay, because I just like all these new people, and I'm really big on the old ships, even though that's not why I watch, but whatever. So, you know, I'm glad for that. I started getting really worried in this episode because of Jordan, and it was like, he had such a significant role in this episode for such an insignificant character, and I'm like, I hope to God that this guy is not AD, because I tweeted out, I'm going to quit my channel if this guy is AD, because okay, I'm really not going to do that, because they could probably do that, because they would do that, because they're that crazy. But I don't know what was up with that, and I know it was confusing for a lot of people, because they were doing flashbacks with him and Hanna, and they were doing present day, and they didn't try to tell us what that was. It was like all one big jumbled mess. But to clear it up, when they were at that bar, that was a flashback of when they met in New York, when, you know, the phone number napkin and his glass was on it. And what she wanted to do was go back to that bar and try to get some of that like magic back when the relationship first started. And when they went there, it had been torn down, and she kind of had a breakdown. So yeah, whatever. I kind of thought it was cool that the girls, at least Spencer has an Apple Watch, and they can get A messages there. I'm so glad that they're with modern times now. That makes me super happy. Thumbs up if you agree. So Mary is so pretending to be worried about Allison, and she's like, Emily, I can take you in and we can see her. I'm like, really? This is insane to me. And I mean, Allison looks terrible, like absolutely terrible. Wow, absolutely terrible. But then Mary gives like this really sad story, which I don't know if I believe, and she was like basically saying that her sister ruined her life, and that's why she got sent to Radley, and it was all a big misunderstanding. And I was starting to get like major Charlotte vibes with that story. Like major vibes, right? Were you? Like, are any of those stories true? And if this whole show ends up being a dream, like, I don't know what I will do. Like, what could I do? What could I possibly do? You would have, okay, I could just promise you that if this ends bad, if this series ends bad, then you will have the most epic rant video from me ever. Like the one you saw before where I ripped up Marlene's face, like that's nothing compared to what you will get if this sucks. And if it's amazing, then of course you'll have an amazing praise video from me. So Liam kind of confronts Ezra and freaks out on him, which, you know, I think he was right in doing that, even though I'm not Team Liam. And Hanna breaks up with Jordan. She gives the ring back, which, I mean, I'm not really surprised, even though he is super, 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 super hot. I mean, he would be hard to let go, but she really is still into Caleb, as we know. And so Hanna kind of enters a business deal with Lucas, and this guy is absolutely obsessed with her, and I don't trust him. I'm sorry. I just can't. I never have, and I can't. So here's where it all went down. Like, so when Emily and Mary went to visit Allie, and she's like saying, help me, and freaking out or whatever, like Rollins shows up, and he loses it because Emily's not supposed to be in there, and he has some kind of crazy confrontation with Mary, and I think everyone realizes finally that Elliot is a terrible, terrible person, and then they're dragging Allie into some other place to get more injections or whatever at the end of this episode. So I'm really hoping some mega stuff happens because, like, every episode should be amazing because this is the last season. So far they've been just, you know, okay, not amazing, but I'm looking for some big stuff to happen. Honestly, they should kill off at least one main character. Don't see them going there, but if they can just have a good AD reveal, then I could be happy with it and leave the show in peace. But who knows? So anyway, one of my favorite things about covering this show is our PLL live chats, and those are every Wednesday. That information's down below. They are so much fun, so if you haven't been to them, please try to attend. If you just found me and you haven't subscribed, please do, and please thumbs up this video. I'm covering all of PLL's last season, plus other shows like Scream and Scream Queens and other mystery shows, so you just might find that you like the same stuff I do. So thank you for joining me for this episode of KellieTV. See you next time.